are watching Melody Lane. With me you're gonna have a great crafting time.
I got my digital paper set up on my Cricut mat and I'm going to load it up. We're going to do a star today that I created in Cricut Design Space. I didn't create the design of the star myself. Someone had shown me a picture and asked me if I could create the cut file in Design Space. So I did. I'm gonna load this on my mat. Click the go button. Unload the mat. Okay, now I placed these things on the mat where I wanted them to go with the paper because the paper has different color designs on it. So I think I placed them where I wanted them. So they weren't all the same color. So that's why they're kind of spread out like that. And let's take these off. These papers look so cool. This is the first time I'm using this digital paper. This specific one came from the Brooklyn set. It's one of my favorites. Look how cool that is. I hate using this paper because I just love it so much. Okay, now I'm using the Cricut brand paper. Actually, this is the Cricut brand white paper. It prints beautifully. But you have to have a wide format printer, or you can cut the paper down to 8.5 by 11 if that's all your printer will work with. I'm going to be writing on this, on one of these triangles, and I'm going to fill it in solid with writing. Okay, the Design Spaces tell me to put in my score tool, so that's in. I use my score tool so often, I always have it in my machine. So it's putting all the score lines in as I need them. So I don't have to think about it. Okay, now it's telling me to put one of my pens in, and this one is going to fill in the heart. So I'm going to use a medium point pen for this one. Make sure I hear that click. Put that in and hit go. So now it's cutting it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the pen and make sure I put the lid on it so it doesn't dry up. I always put my score tool back in so I never forget to put it in. And no, you can't close the top while that's in. I never close it. I barely turn off my machine. Okay, I'm going to take these off. When the paper's sticking to the mat, you just got to kind of twist your wrist. It's all in the wrist. And that was the first time I tried to actually fill something in. It almost filled it in perfectly. I'm just going to go with the same pen and fill in the rest of it. Oh, but you know what I could do? Could go over this with an embossing pen put embossing powder on it or sticky powder and use foil on it. This is going to go over this like that. But let's go ahead and put the card together. So it's just a triangle. And you see the score lines here. Can you see them? There's one here, 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 and here and here. So what you do is you take this bottom score line, and when you start to fold it, can you see how it's scoring? See how the line is? Some people say they can't see the line, but if you just bend it, you can see it. And then this one. And if you don't have a bone folder, you can use a credit card or anything flat. You could even use this or any spatula. Okay, so now we got all those folded. Now we need to fold the shorter one, and we need to fold it the opposite way, like that. And you could fold this one first if you want, and then the other one. It doesn't matter. Do it any way you want to do it. So this is going to go like this. Whoops. So that is our star card. But we're not done yet. How to keep it closed is you go like that. So it's that easy, but we have made all these pieces that are going to go on as the layers. So let's do that. First, I made this one. So this is going to be the top of the card. So it's going to go like this. But I think I want to ink the edges a little. I'm just going to use an ink pad. And I'm just going to line the very edge. I just think it looks more finished. Can you see? And I'm going to do that to all these pieces also. Put this on here. Okay, that looks all right. This can go any way you want it. I think I want it this way. There we go. And then these are all the same, and you can put these in any corner you want. All the triangles. And then these pieces go in here. And these are also all the same. Just make sure you get it the right way. The short side with the short part here. And then I also have 3 extras of those. And they're going to be on the outside. So when it's all folded up, you'll see that design there. Okay, so let me get them all put on here, and then I'll come back and we'll do those outside pieces, and then we're going to do the stars. And so I'm going to go over the edges of all of these, and I'll come back when I'm done so you guys don't have to sit there, be bored, and watch me do this all day. Now I got all these put on. Almost all of them on the inside. And let me show you how the trick to getting them even. So if you put the inside one on first and then these outsides, you can kind of line up this corner and this corner to the corners here, and then fold some adhesive over these corners with these corners of this triangle here. So Try to line that up. And try to leave an even amount of space between the score lines. You're not going to always do it perfect. I don't do it perfect hardly ever. So this can be your card just like this. It's kind of pretty. Or I made these, and some people, when they make these, they use a totally different color for these insides here, which is a great idea. I would have done that if I wasn't doing the paper where it's different. There isn't one area on this paper that is the same. So it's all different. So I thought it would look kind of different anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. There's nothing here to really match it up, but if you want to, if you fold this over like this, you could match up that corner and this corner even with these. Try to match it up. Again, unless you're a perfectionist, which I'm not. If I was a perfectionist, I could never do these videos because I am not perfect. Okay, let me try that. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And I just want to tell you, I did not design this. As I said before, let's do it like this. I found the directions online. Somebody gave me a picture and I went online looking for them, and I found a bunch of blogs that gave the directions of where to score and how to cut it and everything. You don't have to have a Cricut to do this. Actually, the other Cricuts, the older legacy Cricut machines, won't do this because they won't score it. They'll cut you a big triangle, but they won't score it for you. So I created the file in Cricut Design Space. If you don't have Cricut Design Space, you can just go make it on your own. And if you support me on Patreon, you will receive this file, so you don't have to try to figure out the measurements of where the score lines are. I did 4 test cuts before I got this right. Okay, and then this, I have not tested these stars to see if they're the right size. That was a last minute thing. So let's see how this is. You flip this under. If you flip it under this one, that one's just going to be on top. So you have to see which one, kind of like when you're folding a box, which one to stick it under. There you go. Now this can be your card yourself. You could add embellishments here. You could add embellishments here. You can decorate it any way you want. But I could add some Wink of Stella to the star. This, if you've never used it, it's Wink of Stella. It's by Zig. And it like brushes on, this is a clear one, and it brushes on glitter without making it like poofy like glitter glue or like stickles. I'm thinking that Decofoil, Star Decofoil, would look awesome on there. I don't know if can you see the glitter? There, you can see it a little. That's fun. So there's the card. Tell me what you guys think. I would love to see your designs, what you make with it. So if I'm going to leave it like this, I think I'm going to add some bling or something to it. I have this bling sitting right here, just waiting to be on a project. Okay, I think I'm going to put that, and I'm just putting it on the outside of it. Because this is so busy. Just a little bit of bling? Or do I need more? All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like my digital paper, you can get 25% off anytime you go to my store at melodylanedesigns.com and put in the code at checkout, I subscribe. And thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. As little as $1, they get over 100 of my Design Space files, including this one, and a discount on my paper. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. And here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. Bye, everyone. And thank you, Sharon Gable, who challenged me to design this in Design Space. And Shannon Martin, Lynn Panasco, Donna Wright, Misty Kelly, Colleen Sergetson, Debbie De Renard, BB Leak, Nancy Pockey, Rebecca Romines, Debbie Dickerson, Bridget Oglesby, Selena Jones, Christy Lewis, Christy Myers, Tracy Masso, and Krista Williams. Thanks, guys.